All right, JC here today. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. Now, before I get into it, I am having the blessed day and the best day of my life. Hopefully you are doing the same. Now, what I wanted to do is I wanted to do a quick little intro for the video that we're going to put out. It's a little bit of a different because I actually did a talk. So I sit on the board of a nonprofit organization called Mali. What the organization is responsible for and what they've been doing for the last 4 years or so is they handle child human trafficking, youth literacy programs, addiction, and specifically those three, mostly in the youth kind of sector, right? So ages of, let's say, 8 or so, all the way through low 20s, I would say right around 22 or 23. Anyways, they are part of a Temecula Thrive program. So they got approved for the Temecula Thrive program, and they do a youth literacy program that we do for free. No one has to pay for it, where we go in and we teach a group of youth in the city different things when it comes to financing, how to generate money, how money works, how to use credit card, what credit card debt is like, how important your credit score is, how to manage all that. So anything having to do with money, economics, business, we go in and we essentially get speakers to go in and do these special talks for free for youth literacy, so that we can try and educate as much of the youth as possible. Anyway, so this video is going to be a little bit different because I was actually one of the guest speakers. I was lucky enough to be chosen as one of the guest speakers, even though I sit on the board. And then what I chose to speak about is I chose to speak about something, what I would call grit and conscientiousness, right? So your ability to be able to grit things out, right? Your ability to be able to take all of the knowledge that you have and be able to go through all of the tough times that are going to happen to you. And when your plans don't go according to plan, basically, is how do you kind of get through those moments? Because what I have been taught in my lifetime and in my experience, no matter how pretty and amazing the plan is, and no matter what I've done to put a plan together that I thought was really, really good, that made sure that, accounted for every, so-called variable that I could possibly account for, really my experience, not only in business, but really with everything in life, has really taught me that that is just unrealistic. No matter how good your plan is, no matter what your thought is, no matter what you do to try and make it be, quote unquote, perfect, it is never perfect. Things are going to happen. Shit's going to hit the fan. Your plan's not going to go exactly as planned. Things are going to happen that are going to completely throw a monkey wrench in what you thought you were going to do. And it is going to be the grit and conscientiousness that you have that is going to typically going to carry you through these things and get you to the other side. So anyway, so I hope you enjoy the video today. It's going to be a live video. I did the talk over at the City Hall. And I hope that something that I talk about in this particular lesson is something that you needed to hear, or something that added some value to your life. So with that being said, we'll cut right to the video. I really appreciate your guys' time. And as always, peace. Appreciate you. Thank you. Good morning. How are you guys today? Good. Can everybody hear me okay? All right, need some a little bit more. Good morning. How are you today? Good. Awesome. Excellent. Guys, my name is Jimmy. Today we're going to talk about grit, conscientiousness, and the psychology of success. I know it sounds boring, but I promise you it will not. Okay, I'll start with this. I'll give you some background only because contextually it matters because of what we're going to talk about. Okay, I was born and raised in Compton, mostly by my single mother. My dad was around, not really financially. I didn't see him every weekend, maybe about 1 weekend a month. But for the most part, I was raised by my mother. I took 2 buses just to get to school, 2 buses just to get back home. I did not finish high school. I dropped out my junior year, first quarter, and I never went back. Yet, by the time I was 20, I made over $150,000 a month in income before I was 20. And before I was 30, I had already run successfully, grown and ran multiple million-dollar businesses. We currently have over 7 companies here in town, and we do multiples of $1 million in current revenue. So great. How is it that a Compton kid that dropped out of high school, that grew up mostly without a dad, achieved that? And that is what we're going to
talk about today. So hopefully this will be an exciting time for you guys. So, Rich, here's a big question. Have you ever wondered why some people succeed even when they aren't the smartest person in the room? How many of you here are part of a club or play sports or just go to school? Great. Have you ever wondered, whether you're playing sports or in a club or go to school, that there's always those kids that you look at and are like, how? And we always usually call them suck-ups, teacher's pet. Oh, he talks to the coach. Oh, mom is close to the coach, right? There's always these kids or these people in our lives that always achieve at a higher level. Yes or no? Yes. Today I'm going to try to teach you what is the difference and why that happens, right? A teacher and psychologist named Dr. Angela Duckworth noticed this in her own classroom. Her students with the best grades weren't always the ones with the highest scores. This led her to ask a simple question, right? If it's not just talent or IQ, what is the secret to their success? And what is the answer? Simple. Grit. I know it sounds funny. I know it doesn't sound that it makes sense, but it is 100% true. After studying all kinds of successful people, from the military cadets to spelling bee champs, she found one common trait. It had nothing to do with your good looks. It had nothing to do with your social intelligence, your IQ, your background, where you came from, dad or no dad, high school, no high school, Compton, no Compton. None of that mattered. It was grit. Okay? What exactly is grit? How do we define that word grit? Simple. Passion and perseverance for a very long-term goals. AKA, you want to do something, you start the thing, when everyone else will quit. Because you're going to get punched in the face. You don't quit. You keep going. You take the punches. You get up and you say to yourself, punch me again. Because I'm going to get up again. And I'm going to keep coming again. That is how that works. It's having the stamina to stick with your future for years. For years. Not a month, not 2, not 3, years. I grew a business that is about to do $10 million a year in revenue, and we started with $0. Year number 2, I got told by bigger companies, I'm going to go bankrupt. Year number 3, they started laughing. Year number 4, they tried to bewindle the company, talk bad about us. Year number 5 and year number 6, they tried to buy us. Year number 7, year number 8, I told them, pound sand, I'm going to buy you eventually. And year number 10, we're going to hit $10 million. Plus, in a very competitive market. Yes, sir. The company I'm talking about is called Avast, A-V-A-S. It is an automotive software tech firm. Okay? Grit is living life like a marathon, not a sprint. The 2 parts of grit, passion and perseverance. What's the difference? Passion. This means having a deep interest in something that you stick with over a long period of time. You don't get bored. You don't jump to something new every few months. That is where people go wrong. Yes?
Grit is discipline, right?
Grit, discipline has something to do with it. Yes. Yes, young man.
Can you learn from grit?
I'm going to go to that in a minute, but that's a great question. But the answer to that is yes. Okay? The answer to that is yes. Okay? You don't quit. You stick to it for long periods of time. Whether it's a sport or a hobby, you are there when no one else is. Who here plays sports? Raise your hand. Awesome. Are you the first one at practice? If you aren't, guess what? You're not doing enough. Are you the last one there at practice? If you aren't, guess what? You're not doing enough. Because the other guy that also plays that sport, guess what? If he is doing those things, guess what? He will surpass you 100%. Okay? And then perseverance. This is the tough part. It's about working hard, overcoming challenges, and getting back up even when you fail. This is the punching in the face part. If you think that whatever you're going to do at anything in your life is going to be smooth sailing, I promise you, it isn't. You will have a plan. That plan will sound amazing. You will look at that plan and be like, oh, this is going to be so perfect. This is going to work. And then when you go do that plan, guess what? Shit is going to be messed up. The end. Stuff is going to happen that you're like, holy heck. What do you do when that happens? Most people quit. Yes, sir. You keep on going.
That's right.
You keep on going. Follow your dreams. Huh? Follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. Follow your passion. Okay? Does grit actually work? In her research, she showed that in different environments, West Point Military Academy students, National Spelling Bee champions, and Chicago Public Schools, in all three of those instances, it wasn't the smartest students, it wasn't the highest IQ students, it had nothing to do with that. It wasn't their backgrounds, where they came from, rich family, poor family, inner city, suburb, none of that mattered. The only thing that mattered is the people, the kids in these scenarios that were the most successful are the ones that showed the highest amount of grit. Because everybody's going to have challenges. Period. It's going to happen. Just tell yourself going in, I'm going to get punched in the face. I'm going to get punched in the face. What do you do after that happens is what determines your success. Yes, sir.
Get back up.
You get back up. Yes, ma'am. You were going to say something? No? You're good? You're too busy eating your Snickers right now? You're good? Right here. The most important thing about grit, talent doesn't make you gritty. Again, in her studies, she found that grit and talent were often unrelated. Many very talented people don't follow through on their goals. In my career, I have met some of the smartest people you could ever be in a room with. And when I mean smart, I mean I was like, dude, like this dude or this gal know everything. Yet they're struggling. They make no money. They're not successful. They have bad marriages. They're not good dads or moms. They're never around. Why is that? They're smart. They should be, right? They should be smart enough to figure out the things that need to happen, right? Yes, sir, ma'am. They don't have grit. Yes, sir.
They did follow through.
I'm sorry?
They did follow through.
That's correct. They didn't follow through on the things that are needed. So, to answer the question that a young man over here asked, can you get more grit? Yes. It isn't something you're born with. Okay? The best way to start is by developing what we call a growth mindset. What is a growth mindset, Jim? The belief that your ability to learn isn't fixed. You can get smarter and better at things through effort. When you believe that your brain can grow, you see failure as a temporary setback, not a permanent dead end. This helps you persevere. This is one of the most important things in your entire life that you are going to learn. If you want to make it in life, in general, period. This is not even about your job. If you want to be a good father, if you want to be a good mother, if you want to be a good husband, a good wife, a good provider, a good person, if you want to contribute to society, this is going to be one of the most important things that you're going to learn, period. Feed your mind. Put in the effort. Take the time. I promise you, if you work on these things, I promise you, the energy in life will start giving you back. Period. A quick intro to conscientiousness. Great, what is that? That's a big word, Jimmy. What does that actually mean? Grit has a very close cousin that is also a huge predictor of success. That is conscientiousness. What is it? It's the personality trait. And does anyone here know what personality traits are? Yes, sir.
Concrete, something you're good at or
Not necessarily, but
It's the thing that makes you like original from like other people.
fair. Personality traits are the things that you do on a day-to-day basis that define who you really are as a person. To give you an example, you can tell me, hey man, I am a punctual person. I'm a punctual, Jimmy, I am always there when I'm supposed to be, yet at every meeting, you are the one that is late. Are you a punctual person, yes or no? No, you can tell me that you are, but you are not. Why is that? Because what do you actually do? You're late. Which means that your trait is that you are non-punctual. So great, what are the traits for conscientiousness? Organized. Are you organized? Do you keep your things in order? Are you responsible? Number 3, are you self-disciplined? Do I have to tell you? Do I have to hold your hand? Do I have to constantly remind you the things that you need to do? If I do, you are not disciplined yet. Because when you are self-disciplined, no one has to tell you. When you are truly self-disciplined, you wake up and you are bothered when you don't do the thing. Let me give you an example. I am bothered every day when one of my companies doesn't sell anything. That bothers me to my core. I have in my brain, I beat myself up because I think to myself, I didn't do what I needed to do today to make my company successful right now. So are you self-disciplined? Are you dependable? Do you do what you say you're going to do? Hey, coach, I'm going to see you there early. I'll be there. I'll be there 10 minutes early. And then that practice shows up and you are not there 10 minutes early. And are you hardworking? Do you just outwork everyone? That is how a high school dropout Compton kid that grew up without his dad mostly was able to make it. Yes. Right, thank you. I outworked everybody. In the words, wise words of your age bracket, I want all the smoke. Bring it. I will outwork you. I will outsell you. I will outpitch you. I will out-execute you. I want all the smoke. Want all the smoke. In whatever you're going to do in your life, want all the smoke. And then do what you need to do to crush it. Grit versus conscientiousness, very simple. Conscientiousness, about doing what you're supposed to do right now across many areas. It's about being reliable in general, whereas grit is about having one single long-term passion that you are dedicated for years. Example, a conscientious student turns in all their homework for every class on time. That's conscientiousness at work. Great. What's the difference between that and grit? Grit is a student might also do all of that, but on top of that, they practice basketball for 2 hours every single day, no matter what, because their long-term goal is to get a college scholarship. That is the difference. You are being outworked by somebody who is just grittier than you. Great. Jimmy, what are the takeaways? Simple. Success is more than talent. Your effort and mindset are your most powerful tools. I'll repeat it again. I don't claim to this day to be the smartest. Again, I didn't go to college. I didn't even finish my junior year in high school. I'm not advocating for that. I wish I could go back and change that. But it is what it is. It happened. And if I didn't point this out earlier, guess what? I had my first son when I was 17. I had my daughter when I was 18. So I had to support a family before I was even 18. Yet I still grew multiple million-dollar companies. Okay? Find your passion and persevere. Live life like a marathon. That is actual grit. Be reliable and disciplined. Do what you say you're going to do. That's conscientiousness. And believe you can improve, adopt a growth mindset, see challenges as opportunities to get stronger. So now what? What does that all actually mean? Being successful and living a life of abundance is hard. Being broke and living a life of misery is also hard. Choose your heart. Either is hard. Have you ever met somebody that is broke and miserable? You think it's easy? No, that's why they're broke and miserable. It's hard. It's also hard to live a life of abundance. You have to be disciplined. You have to be gritty. You have to be willing to do the things that no one else is willing to do in order to achieve the dreams that you want to achieve. So do yourself a favor. In your lifetime, don't short yourself. Don't talk about and don't think for a second that where you came from or what your current situation is or what your home situation is, who raised you, who didn't raise you. Guys, none of that matters. None of that matters. Because the world doesn't care. And it shouldn't. And neither should you. Because if you know in your brain and in your heart that you are meant to do more, you are meant to be more, you are meant to make a difference, go make a difference. Don't wait for somebody to tell you to make a difference. Go out and make a difference. And that is what's going to set you apart. With that being said, I'm very blessed to be here. And I didn't mention in the beginning because I know we're short on time. Rich over there is the cameraman. Say why. Wave to Richard over there. That's important because, FYI, I know you guys all signed it, but I want to appreciate Mally, Jessica. This video is going to come out on YouTube, so everybody wave right to the camera. Yes, good, awesome. Guys, I really appreciate your time. If we have any time, any Q&A other than that, I'm very blessed to be here. I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much. You got 3 minutes.
Yeah, everybody has questions. Questions, guys, raise your hand.
3 minutes. Yes, sir. Last time my business. Okay, so I wouldn't suggest that everybody does this, but here's what I did. What I decided to do is I am a all-in type of guy, right? So I don't tiptoe into the pool, I jump in. So I had accumulated a little bit of money, because I made really good money when I was, again, starting when I was 18. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to do my own thing, I'm tired of working for somebody. So I took very little money that I had. This is an interesting story. I went to my banker over there, and I bought her chocolate covered strawberries. And I really sweet-talked my way into her releasing a big check, even though I just started. I called phone calls. I sold a deal to a client in Alabama. I got them to mail me a check for $20,000, and I used that money and funded over. And I never met them. They paid me 20 grand for some services, and I went ahead and used that first money, and then I just reinvested until I got that company to $8 million, $9 million. Anybody else? Questions? Any questions?
Oh, there's one right there.
Yes.
How do you advertise?
How do I advertise my business? Yeah, right now, the times have changed a little bit, right? So currently, right now, our biggest lead funnel is probably going to be YouTube, I would say, is our number 1 lead funnel right now. If you want to make it right now, you almost have to have a YouTube channel if you're a sort of thing. I kind of really know the way. So right now, YouTube, Google Ads, and then the rest of it is just repeat business.
What are preschool?
Say again?
What's your preschool?
What's my company store?
Yes.
Which one? Think Creative is the digital ad agency. Boss is my software tech firm. Silent Software Development Inc. is my software dev firm. Yes.
How do you make money off of some of those businesses?
Yeah, so most of those businesses are service-based. So we sell something and a service in exchange for money, right? So we are professionals at advertising. Somebody says, hey, I want to advertise my business. They pay me to make sure that I advertise their business. Right? Yes. Someone else got a question? No? We're good? Okay.
Should we wrap it up?
Guys, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.